Welcome back to the Lightning Bolt Chronicles. If you're new here, welcome. I am Christina McCrary on Facebook, aka The Black Mirror, aka Captain Kristen, blah, 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 aka Christina McCrazy on Instagram and TikTok, host of McCrazy's Place podcast on YouTube. Just dropped go check out my episodes on YouTube. Co-host of Thursday Night Live. Catch us every Thursday night at 5:15 p.m. Pacific, 8:15 p.m. Eastern. Hop in the comments and chit-chat with us. And co-host of this, your Lightning Bolt Chronicles, with my beautiful co-host. Please introduce yourself, ma'am.
Hey, magical friend. It's your local Hufflepuff, Erica. I'm Poodle Noodle 82 at the Instagrammy place.
At the Instagrammy place.
That's all.
You can find this podcast on YouTube. You can go to our website where you could either listen to it or watch it. You have both options. You can listen to it on Spotify. You can listen to it on iHeartRadio. Lots of other places. Check us out. And to find all things McCrazy, go to this link right here, which includes this podcast as well as all of the others, merch, all of that good stuff. Yeah. All right. So if you're keeping up and you're paying attention, you know that we took a little Easter holiday, as they would call it at Hogwarts. And so now we are back. However, I do have to mention, in the last chapter, we talked about the fact that there were 700 Quidditch fouls. And we both were like, I would really like to see a list of the 700 Quidditch fouls. And so I did some research while we were on Easter hiatus, because I have Quidditch Through the Ages.
The real one, not the Christmas one.
Yeah, this is the library book version. If you look, you'll see that Harry was the last person to check it out of the Hogwarts library.
There you go. Cool.
But what it says,
check it out?
huh?
Did any more notables check it out?
Oliver Wood. I don't know who Dunstar is. Flint, Diggory, Angelina Johnson, Ernie Macmillan, Terry Boot, S. Fawcett, Kay Bundy, Katie Bell, C. Warrington, J. Dormy, T. Knott. That would be Theodore Knott. S. Capper, don't know who that is. Millicent Bulstrode, Fred Weasley, Hermione Granger, and Harry Potter.
Wow, a lot of people checked it out.
Yeah,
all the Quidditch players.
From all the houses.
Yeah.
So under fouls, it says, rules are, of course, made to be broken. 700 Quidditch fouls are listed in the Department of Magical Sports, Games and Sports Records, and all of them are known to have occurred during the final of the first ever World Cup in 1473. The full list of these fouls, however, has never been made available to the wizarding public. It is the department's view that witches and wizards who see the list might get ideas. Then it goes on to say, I was fortunate enough to gain access to the documents relating to these fouls while researching this book, and can confirm that no public good can come of their publication. 90% of the fouls listed are, in any case, impossible as long as the ban on using wands against the opposing team is upheld. This ban was imposed in 1538. Of the remaining 10%, it is safe to say that most would not occur to even the dirtiest player. For example, setting fire to an opponent's broomtail, attacking an opponent's broom with a club, attacking an opponent with an axe. This is not to say that modern Quidditch players never break rules. 10 common fouls are listed below. The correct Quidditch term for each foul is given in the first column. So Blagging applies to all players, and what it means is seizing the opponent's broomtail to slow or hinder. Blatching applies to all players, and it means flying with intent to collide. Blurting applies to all players, and it means locking broom handles with a view to steering opponent off course. Bumphing only applies to bumphing, B-U-P-H-I-N-G, bumphing. I know, right?
Okay.
Applies to beaters only, and the description is hitting bludger towards the crowd, necessitating a halt of the game as officials rush to protect bystanders, sometimes used by unscrupulous players to prevent an opposing chaser from scoring. Cobbing applies to all players, and it is the excessive use of elbows towards opponents. Flacking only applies to the keeper, and it's sticking any portion of anatomy through the goal hoop to punch the quaffle out. The keeper is supposed to block the...
Through the back, right?
Like, through it at all. You can't, like, reach in and catch it and keep it from going through. Because it says the keeper is supposed to block the goal hoop from the front rather than the rear. So, yeah. He can't put any of his body through he, she, whoever, because there's been girl keepers too. Hover sacking only applies to the chaser. Hand still on the quaffle as it goes through the goal hoop. The quaffle must be thrown. Quaffle pocking applies to chasers only, and tampering with the quaffle, for example, puncturing it so that it falls more quickly or zigzags. Snitch nip, all players but the seeker. Any player other than the seeker touching or catching the golden snitch. And stooging applies to chasers only, more than one chaser entering the scoring area. Oh, I didn't know there was a scoring area. Interesting. So, yeah. Those are...
Isn't the quaffle hard?
I don't think so. It's like a soccer ball, no? It's not like a soccer ball?
But it has those divots in it. It has those like concave areas. How are the convex areas supposed to stick out?
That's a good question. I always imagined it like a soccer ball.
Yeah, but I just don't understand how the little sticky outy parts stick out. It's very like there are certain edges that seem quite strong.
We couldn't touch them when we were at the Universal, huh?
No, I don't want you to touch anything.
All right. Moving into...
Well, I'd like to, feel my way around.
That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Moving into the new characters and chapter summary.